Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another evening of Grizzly basketball. We are at home tonight against the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders, and this is a big doubleheader against two powerful teams. So it should be an exciting night, and of course, it's our first home game in the 2025 year. The girls will tip it off here at the top of the hour, and we're joined now, as we always are, by the head varsity ladies coach, Christina Commons. And coach, you come into the game 2-4 off of a win over at West High on Friday night, and that game had some things in it that I have never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably point out a lot of different things, and I just hope that in the end we saw a different Northwest team than what we've seen in the past. It wasn't because of who we played. It was things that we know that no matter what, whoever you play, if you don't keep the ball offensively, it's kind of hard to stay in a game. So I think we saw a little bit of that last night. Was if you had it offensively, you kept it. You kept a little bit more momentum going. So hopefully you can see it again tonight.
Well, I have to take my hat off to the ladies from West High. And, they were in a blowout game, and I've never seen a high school game at the 6A level where a team was being shut out at halftime, and it wasn't due to lack of effort on
No.
their part. They played so hard in both halves, and I give them all the credit in the world for hanging in there. And the other thing that can happen in a game where the score is kind of one-sided is that the game breaks down. Instead of playing basketball, you're playing beating up the other team, and there was none of that on Friday night. Those girls were just as sportsmanlike at the end of the game as they were at the beginning, and so was the West High crowd. I give the West High crowd a lot of credit for that as well.
Yes, and even at the halftime, I even talked to our girls about, guys, I know they can shoot. We saw them before the game. They were down there, they were making threes. It's gonna happen, and we're gonna be okay when it does. It's not like they can miss every single shot the entire game. So we knew that shots were gonna get made. I'm glad they started making some shots because, I mean, we did give them opportunities too, and for them to capitalize on them is amazing.
And they did very well in the third quarter.
Hmm.
They kind of came together for a while in the third quarter, and you know, it's a program in rebuild mode. But I think if those girls stick it out, they're going to do fine.
Oh, especially since they have most of them were sophomores.
Yeah.
She's got a very, very young team. So if she can keep them together and for the next couple of years, they're going to be phenomenal in about 2 years.
Okay. Well, let's turn our attention now to the matter at hand, and that's a very, very tough Cape and Mount Carmel team coming into our building here in a few minutes to take on the Grizzlies. And what have you told your girls in practice about this game?
I mean, we know we've got, I mean, just like in the West game, is you have to keep the ball offensively a little bit longer. Defensively, I feel like we've got a great, momentum going and everything there. But offensively, we're trying to do things so quick. If we kind of slow it down and make Cape and work defensively, we'll tire them out a little bit. We have such a deep bench that we can pull somebody off and get subs in and out and rotate. That I don't know how many teams have that. That when they start putting people in, it doesn't drop too much for us. So I'm real excited to see that if we can play the way we need to offensively and defensively, what this end score is going to look like tonight.
I haven't followed the Cape and Mount Carmel girls really much at all this year, and that's probably my fault more than anything else. But are they've always been a strong team? Are they looking as good this year as they have in the past?
They've definitely lost a couple seniors last year, and they had like a big presence. One I'm pretty sure was a ball handler, and another one was an outside shooter. They do have some people coming in as well to their program that fill, I would say, the ball handling spot. Their point guard is phenomenal. Where I do think if we can kind of shut her down, I think it's going to be a whole different game. But I could say that with a lot of players, if we could shut these certain spots down, things could look so different. But ultimately, Capen's kind of been, they have five people on the court. You kind of got to watch all five.
Helena Hallman sat out the Friday night game. She had a hip injury, and we had her on at halftime and talked to her a little bit about that. Quite frankly, she's a very good interview. She really did a great job. but she expected that she would be back for tonight's game. What's the
Oh,
status on
oh
her
yes.
situation?
Honestly, she probably could have played at for West on that game. But I said if it's a quick injury, like you did it so recently, let's not push it, and she understood that. So I'm excited to see her out, and I think she's going to have the most energy and enthusiasm in this game tonight.
Okay, very good. Anything else we need to know from the injury circuit?
Nope, everybody's back and ready to play.
Okay. Before we wish you well tonight, let's talk briefly about your upcoming game at Hartman Arena on Friday. You play the Mays South Mavericks at 12:30 up there on Friday, and this is a game where we want to encourage our local fans to come out because that's a game we're not going to be able to broadcast.
Yeah, my girls are really excited about it. One, during the school day, they get out of school and have a little bit of a break and whatnot. So it'll be fun. It'll be a little more energy just being at an arena. I mean that those are great places to play for them.
So, what do you know about Mays South?
I think they're struggling kind of the way that we have been as well. I'm real excited to play them because I do think that they are um, a decent team and a good level of competition to see and get to play. Something new.
Well, and I'm sorry that we're not able to do the game for our fans over NWHS Grizz. But again, come on out to Hartman Arena on Friday and cheer them on in person. We'll wish you the best of luck tonight against the Crusaders and look forward to a visit with you before our game 1 week from tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Head coach Christina Commons on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with a starting lineup of the play-by-play of tonight's game against the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Get out there. Join the fun. Support your team.
Very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wichita Northwest High School, where school has not yet resumed. We are on the second of 2 consecutive snow days here at Northwest, but they did not cancel the games tonight. Tonight we entertain the Crusaders of Cape and Mount Carmel in a City League doubleheader, with the girls tipping it off here in about 3 minutes or so. They're getting set to introduce the starting lineups here, in fact. The boys' game will follow, and you're going to have 2 powerhouse teams in that boys' contest as the Grizzlies come in. The boys come in undefeated at 6-0, and Capen has 1 loss. They got upset by Bishop Carroll earlier in the season. So 2 quality programs going to do it here in the second game, but we've got plenty of action here in the first. The Capen girls are also a very good squad, and the Grizzlies have played very well of late, and they're coming off a win last Friday night at West High. we're awaiting the playing of our national anthem. Got about 20 seconds to go. While we're doing that, Elizabeth Dibben is sitting to my immediate left, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Kev.
All righty, here we are. We're back at it. We're going to have a busy stretch here over the next 3 weeks. And they're going straight to the starting lineups by George, and we're going to do the same thing. For Kapaun Mount Carmel, number 13, a senior, Maddie Spears, will get the start. Number 22 is a junior, Ellie Knipp. Phoebe Laufer is a senior wearing number 23. Ella Rudy, a senior wearing number 42. And rounding out the starting lineup, a sophomore, number 51, Zoe Buckner Franklin. The head coach of the Crusaders is Will Engels. He's assisted by Kelsey Garner, Shannon Ribadello, and Dan Riley. Now the starting lineup for your Northwest Grizzlies. At guard, a sophomore at 5'1", number 1, Aubrey Lohman. 5'9", junior forward, number 5, Anaya Simpson. 5'5", senior guard, number 10, Daisha Johnson. 5'8", senior guard, number 12, Star Leday. And rounding out the starting five for Northwest, number 34, a 6-foot senior forward, Cameron Stubbs. Kylena Hallman is not in the starting lineup tonight, but she is dressed and is expected to play tonight. Head coach of the Grizzlies is Christina Commons. She's assisted by LaShona Jones. And we are about ready to go after it here. Grizzlies in their home whites, Kapaun in their road blues. Glad to have you on board. Should be a fun one here at Northwest. And of course, we are totally short-handed because there was no school today. We have no student help tonight. In fact, no students are in the building at the moment. So we'll do it the way we did it Friday night at West High. We'll give you the best we can, and that's all we can do is the best we can. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. And it'll be Stubbs tipping it off, and here's Elizabeth.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Tip-off goes to Kapaun. Buckner carrying up the ball for Kapaun. Northwest kind of playing a man-to-man off defense. Buckner takes her first three off the heel. Lohman retrieves it. Searching the floor, finds a corner. Got nothing out of that possession. Leday to Johnson inside the post. And we get a travel inside. Kapaun ball. Northwest playing some heavy defense already. Left a wide open bucket. And they get to call for the travel. Rudy was cherry picking and didn't go in her favor. Lohman to Johnson. No one home. Nor Kapaun cruising into the layup. And Knipp with the first bucket for Kapaun. Leday retreats. To Johnson to Lohman. To Simpson. Dives all the way in. And we get our first foul of the night. Loffer, her first. McPherson checks in for Kapaun. Lohman to Johnson. Lohman gets stripped. Buckner with a right-handed layup. With 6 minutes passed, the Crusaders are up by 4. Simpson. Buckner not letting her pass. Johnson, Lede. Miss floater. Buckner, 2-on-1. Missed the wide open opportunity, but Bucker cashing it in. We can't allow second chance points. No one is home. Pick the pocket. And McPherson. Second steal of the game, and we take a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. This is NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Back at Northwest, Kapaun with an 8-point lead here in the first quarter. First 3 minutes of the game. Grizzlies trying to regroup here and get things started. Get that Schneider off the board.
The main goal for Northwest is not to get down early, and so far, the lead is not that bad. We're only down by a few buckets, which is very attainable. Lohman got met up the court by Pfister. Navarrete tip pass. We find a wide open Navarrete in the corner. Bounce in and out. Lohman trying to grab the rebound, got pushed in the back by number 24, Pfister. Lohman inbounder. This Kapaun team is really good. They're 4-1, same record as the boys. Holman got trapped. Nice dime. Locates Lohman for the wide open layup. Shot the Kapaun crowd and took full advantage of it. Dumped it down low, kicked it back out. Lasered it across to the corner for 3. Misses everything. That shot was taken by Knip.
Kylina Hallman in the game for Northwest after that timeout.
She may not have been in the starting lineup, but she got in pretty early. Bucker said, never mind, I'll take it in myself. She is a really good bucket getter, I do have to say that, for sure. She knows how to create offense for herself. And all Northwest has to do is just get her out of her element. just finds a way to get Buckner and Rudy out of the game. Buckner drives against Simpson. Layup with the scoop up and in. Buckner already with a few points on the board. Sure to Lowman. Lowman gets the screen. Hallman drives, kicks, back out to Navarrete. Navarrete misses everything after a missed 3 attempt. Buckner recovers it, drives right past Navarrete into the cup. Buckner with a couple already. Navarrete with a floater. Rebounded by Kapaun, full steam ahead. Spider casters it in. Navarrete to Sure. Sure stuck in the snow. Buckner head of the pack with the layup up and in. Timeout Kapaun, their first of the contest. 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here.
Tough start here for the ladies tonight. Down 16 points here in the first quarter. They just need to get something lit here.
Yeah, we need to stop Buckner from driving in and just getting the way she wants it.
And maintain some good ball handling too. We've got a few turnovers that you really can't afford when you're playing a team as good as Kapaun.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you have little to minimal mistakes when you're versing Kapaun or any good team like Bishop Carroll. On the floor for the ladies, Lede, Hallman, Navarrete, Stubbs, and Sure. That's your 5 coming out of the break. Hallman dives, dimes, kicks. Hallman stuck in the snow, found a way out of it. And Orr with her first personal. There's definitely a couple of ladies that you need to watch out for on the court tonight for Kapaun, as well as Northwest. Northwest with a 2-4 record coming into this game. With the win over West. Lede for 3, cash! Traveled, no bucket. Kapaun won the comeback and cash in a few points. Lede screen past it to Navarrete. To Sure. A whole bunch of screens thrown at Kapaun. We find a Lede in the corner. That 3-throw didn't go. Excuse me, that layup didn't go. Sure, back to the inbounder. Hallman to Lede. No. Hallman with the miss. Hamilton. With 19 seconds left, Crusaders are leading 18-5 going in the second.
Ten seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Rudy back out. 3 didn't go. Hamilton won the jump ball. It don't matter. 18-5, Crusaders leading. We're going to take it with them. This is NWA Trust Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrew's Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrew's Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrew's Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrew's Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web. Grizzlies will start play here in the second quarter, and this will be a good time for them to start off the quarter with a bucket.
Yeah, we got to find a way to stun the Crusaders. Which is still very possible. This lead is very easy to overcome. We just got to get a couple of buckets and make them land. Lede gets the screen. Gets swamped. Stubb getting pressured. Navarrete back out to reset the Northwest offense. Sure, shot clock's at 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Shot clock violation. Cape and ball. Capen's defense was just too much to handle for Northwest. Instantly gets swamped. Buckner got out of it, kicked out to a corner, and we get a travel. Northwest ball. What a great way to cash in that bad possession with a good defensive possession. Lede to Stubbs, down low, kicks it out to Navarrete. Had a good opportunity to make it. But Cape and ball. Buckner. Forced away into the paint. Cape and ball. Knipp with the inbound pass. Navarrete stole the rebound. Hallman being stuck. Hallman to Stubbs. Great dime, couldn't cash in the layup, and gets the bucket anyway. And one. Stubbs going to the 3-throw line. What a great way to cash in that second chance bucket. Lohman checks in for sure. Stubbs missed her own and only. Kapaun stomping into the field. Buckner thought about the three, whipped it around. Find a three, missed it. Buckner got the offensive rebound and said, I'm gonna take it in myself. Buckner almost picked that off. No one's home. Knipp with the steal. Cashing the wide open possession, Lawfer. 22-7 with 5:30 left. We need to start making every possession count in order to chip at this. Two-on-one, good night. Knipp with another bucket. Lohman to Leday. Back out to Lohman. Thought about the three. Slips and dives into the defenders. Kapaun chipped it away. A lot of two-on-one possessions that Kapaun is just cashing in. Leday getting her first foul. Get popped for the personal.
That's the first foul on Northwest in the game.
Cashed in her first. Simpson checks in for Hallman. Lawfer flexes, fires, yes.
Sorry about that, folks.
Keller checks in. Leday to Navarrete to Simpson. Navarrete. We need to move and get wide open possessions.
Good job.
Simpson. Worked inside of the post. Got the layup up and in. But never mind. No, Kapaun responds right back. Every bucket we make, they make too. They respond. We got to find a way to make sure they don't respond. Leday went right into a jump ball.
Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports.
It only took you 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to say that.
It's the first jump ball of the game.
That's true. Rudy against Simpson inside the post. Kicked it out. Whip it around, find a corner three. Yes, sir. Her first 3 of the night. Stubbs being trapped by 3 blue jerseys. Navarrete for 3, misses everything. Rudy, 2-on-1, and we get a travel. Kapaun is making not so much turnovers, but the travels. I don't know if I worded that correctly, but it's kind of like.
We all know what you meant.
Okay. Johnson and Hallman checks in. Navarrete and Stubbs take the seat. Johnson down to Hallman. No one was home in that possession.
Only 9 on the shot clock here when they inbounded.
Northwest got to think fast. 3 seconds left. Leday. Shot didn't count. Another 10-second another shot clock violation. Hamilton checks in for Kapaun. Buckner against Leday. Finds a dime with the 5-footer. Hallman lost the ball, couldn't handle it. Rudy inside. Buckner. Almost lost the handle. Buckner drives all the way in. Scoop layup up and in. 35-9. Kapaun leading with 1:36 left in the second. Lohman got picked off by Buckner. Buckner bank shot didn't go. Then she cashed in her second opportunity. Johnson missed the bank shot up and in. Buckner again, automatic bucket inside the paint. .40 seconds left. Johnson, Hallman for 3. Oh my goodness! Hallman laces one through. Her first 3 of the night, and Northwest first 3 of the night. Buckner with 18 seconds left to cook. Buckner going against the whole Northwest defense. Rudy, paint work. Halftime, 39-12. Kapaun leading. We're going to take it with them. This is NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we welcome you back. Kapaun leading 39-12. And we saw number 42, Ruby, a big defensive presence in Kapaun's offense and defense. But number 22, Kip, is the shooter, the lethal shooter that we should all be afraid of. And so far, they're not disappointing in this showcase at all. Now, Northwest needs to find a way to not get down early, but also respond quickly and better. Cash in your second chance points. Take Rudy and Buckner out of the offense. Make sure they don't drive in that easily. And don't allow big runs by Kapaun. And also cash in our second chance points. And don't allow them to get second chance points. And we gotta make sure we keep making our three throws. That was the one thing that we suffered against when we were playing West. And for Kapaun, obviously keep the pressure on Northwest, make them crack, force incomplete passes like they did against West, and get Rudy and Kip in early. Which, the whole show has been Buckner. 100% the whole show has been her. And the last matchup that they played against, Kapaun won 42-22 against Northwest. But we can also talk about the boys here a little bit. The boys is a really interesting matchup. I'm excited to get my popcorn out and watch this game, as well as the girls. Well, the previous matchup, back in February of 2024, Northwest won that in nail biter, 51-49. But you gotta look at the other side too. The Northwest is 1-9 against Kapaun. Not very great odds, but you know what? I believe in Northwest Magic. I believe that we're gonna bounce back and win this nail-biting game. But you also got to look at the points per game that both teams are putting up. Kapaun is averaging 66.4 points per game, and Northwest is averaging 82. Two very dominant teams when it comes to shooting out the lights. And the key of the game for the boys is you can't really outscore each other. You're going to have to think outside the box. Out-rebound them, out-hustle them, out-steal them. Don't get down early. Make every basket count, especially for Northwest. Watch the fouls. That was a pretty big thing. And all of our contest was just the fouls. Capen's crowd is filling up. The theme for Northwest is blackout. Northwest made 4 threes last game against West. 21 attempts, shooting 19% from 3. But Kapaun has made 4 threes, 8 attempts, and 50% from 3-point land. And Northwest out-rebounded them. Northwest put up 25 rebounds. Kapaun put up 19 rebounds. And for the Stars, DJ Brown put up 27 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and received an offer from Phillips Community College. For River Peters, put up 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. For Eli Benning, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. Those are the main stars that you want to look out for Northwest. And for Kapaun, Corbin Johnson, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, then 7 for 9 from the field goal range. That's just one of the bright stars here in Kapaun and Northwest. And now we got to get ready for Kapaun versus Northwest girls, round 2. Heading out of halftime.
Miss me?
No, I was just talking to the people.
Good.
I was having fun.
Good. Yeah, I was doing the same. One of the disadvantages of going to a game when we're playing Kapaun is that everybody on the Kapaun side knows me. So, because I spent 10 years there. So, as I move through the crowd to get back here, people stop me and want to visit.
You are a very likable person.
Well, I guess so.
I mean, if everyone's stopping.
And don't you forget it either.
Oh, okay, I won't.
Uh-oh. We have a problem here. The graphic fried. Our graphic has crashed here, folks. We're going to try and get it back here for you while the teams are playing. So maybe I can get it done here before.
And I'll give you updates on the scores and everything while Kevin's fixing it.
It's assuming I can fix it.
Yeah.
It just happened at halftime. Come on, Kevin, tight. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Told you.
Everyone wants to stop and get the Kevin. Kevin is irresistible.
Yeah. I've never heard it put that way, but I'll take it.
I would definitely take it. That's a compliment right there.
Well, let's see. I probably ought to put this where it belongs, which is not there. Let's put you up there where you belong. There we go. We're ready to go. It's all yours.
All right. On the floor for Northwest, Lohman, Lede, Stubbs, Simpson, and Johnson. That's your 5 coming out of half. Lohman gets stripped. Kip missed the banker, but don't worry. Oh, don't worry. Buckner catches in the second chance point. Loman to Stubbs. To Lede. Whipping it around. Simpson driving, butting heads with Buckner.
10 on the shot here.
You gotta think of something quick. Loman under 5 seconds to work with. 2, 1, shot clock violation.
Third one of the night.
Buckner against Lede. Buckner drives, trying to break some ankles, whips it across the court. Spada with the miss, but don't worry. Buckner cleaned it up and put it back up and in. Buckner tailing Simpson. Lede spins, lost the handle, gets trapped by Blue. Jump ball. Kapaun's ball. Rudy getting bodied by Simpson in the paint with under 6 minutes to spare in the third. 43-12. Northwest has to find a way to start chipping at it like the Southeast game. Just got to find a way to start chipping at it. Slipped through the hands of Johnson. Kapaun's ball. Rudy down low against Johnson. Mismatch. Gets the right-handed layup up and in. We need a lot of cutters. We need to make those connections, make the dimes. Johnson. Simpson. A miss there. Pushing up the floor. 2-on-1. Good night. Lawfer. Lede. Northwest was not even a shot attempt. It gets
Nice block
denied.
there. Wow, what a block.
Rudder like a book. Or checks back in. Buckner, wide open communication. Northwest defense got shocked by that possession. Johnson, pass it to Simpson. That got swiped. Stubbs with a great defensive work there, making her miss that layup. Hallman and Navarrete checks in, along with Schur. Simpson and Johnson checks out, and Loman checks out. Nope. Nope, not Loman. Actually, yes, Loman will check out. Buckner, corner 3. Off the heel. Couldn't sneak in. Stubbs fell on own rebound. Fester with her second personal. Northwest not really chipping so far. Sure to Stubbs. 3:40 left. Sure. Drives, led to nothing. Buckner finds a wide open dime. Knip. The lethal shooter. Navarrete to Stubbs. That got fingertipped. Stubbs got charged for the foul. Loffer heading to the 3-throw line.
It's a good foul to take because it was an easy lay-in without it.
Makes her first. Loffer flexes, fires, cash. Leday to Sure. Stubbs. Passing to the same 3 people. Sure for 3. Misses everything. First 3 attempt by Sure. Leday gets charged for the foul. As Knip was diving to the hole. Again, a really smart foul. Instead of a layup, you get 3 throws.
Well, the Grizzlies only made 2 fouls in the whole first half, so they have plenty to work with.
Knip cashes in her first. Lohman checks in. Leday checks out. Knip. Lucky bounces. Very lucky bounces. Lohman dumps it down low to Stubbs. Stubbs working on her. Rebounded by Kapaun. Or securing the lost board. Or again securing it.
Almost saved it, but out of play.
How to use her tippy toes. Becoming Spider-Man trying to save the basketball. Spider senses. Spider tingle. Simpson checks in. Stubbs takes a seat. Woman and Navarrete. Nice screen there by Simpson. Northwest ball. Kapaun just couldn't handle the heat. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Navarrete the inbounder. Sure. Tip pass by Kapaun. Simpson goes to work. Gets the foul anyway. Or with her second. Simpson handles a foul stripe. Sneaks into her first. No look, he bounced that time. Navarrete with a retreating rebound. Now Northwest is finally putting on the full court pressure. Northwest playing man-to-man. Finds a wide open corner. Barrels in. Simpson her first. And Kapaun gets another try at it. Northwest ball. Couldn't catch in the second opportunity. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Loman and Navarrete to Hallman, excuse me. To Hallman. And a travel.
You didn't miss a thing, folks.
Or Jacobs working on Hallman. Or, excuse me, Sure with the rebound. Simpson down low, yes! Beautiful dime by Navarrete. Made her jump out of the gym. Lucky bounces. Northwest definitely did buy it in that possession. Another travel. 30 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. 57-15. Kapaun leading. Jacobs, no lucky bounces there.
10 to go.
Ooh! Jacobs cashes in her three. Navarrete puts up a Hail Mary, didn't respond. 59-15 heading into the fourth quarter. Northwest got to chip at that lead as fast as they possibly can. Or got to take it to commercial. This is NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Grizzly Pride Booster Club supports academic, athletics, and fine arts programs at Northwest High School. The Booster Club has donated more than $35,000 to students and staff at Northwest. They have purchased equipment, uniforms, classroom supplies, and teacher grants, and provided approximately $7,000 a year in food costs for school activities and athletic events. They would like to invite you to become a member of Grizzly Pride by volunteering at a school event.
A bunch. Back at Northwest High, getting set for the fourth quarter. The Grizzlies will inbound to start play in the fourth quarter, and it will be a running clock quarter because of the point differential rule. Grizzlies would like to work on just dominating some play and getting some good shots off here in this quarter. I think everybody acknowledges that the issue has already been decided.
Loman retreating. Finds Navarrete. 4-on-1 with the hop, skip, and the jump. Bucker cashes it in, grabbing the rebounds. Simpson against Buckner. Another travel. And on the floor for Northwest, Sure, Simpson, Lohman, Navarrete, and Stubbs. That's your 5 for Northwest. Buckner being lightly trapped. Buckner barrels in, finds, catches, releases. Loffer, an automatic bucket tonight from anywhere. Whether it's a layup or a mid-range jumper, she got it. No one's home on that possession. Ooh, Roman with the strip. Buckner, Swift, pop up. Deflected. Sure to Lohman. Lohman barrels in, finds Simpson back out to Sure. Sure puts up a stop and a pop. And a little twirls, a little pixie dust. Didn't cash it in. With under 5:30 left in the contest, stay tuned for Northwest boys. This should be a really good popcorner right there. So while you're here, grab a popcorn, grab your favorite drink, watch the end of this game, and stay tuned for Kapaun versus Northwest.
Another jump ball.
Lohman got slammed to the ground. Lohman to Stubbs. To Sure. Sure needs to find someone. A little bobbling back and forth to Bucker. Bucker Swift. Bucket didn't drop. Rudy, her first. Oh, sorry. Johnson and Leday checks in. A woman takes a seat and Sure takes a seat. Bucker, corner 3, misses everything over the top. Hallman checks in for Stubbs. 3:20 left in the fourth. 63-15. Bucker finds the way to have the ball back in her hands. Barrels in, floater up. Nothing there. Northwest came out with a possession. Leday, Johnson. Johnson swiftly barrels in. Led to a Buckner basket. 30-second timeout. Kapaun will keep it here. With 2:27 left, 65-15.
Can somebody tell me why Kapaun is taking a timeout with a 50-point lead? That can't be right.
That can't be right either.
They did take a timeout.
But we're still playing.
Well, they started up again.
We're going around the rows until we find someone. Finds a corner, knocks it down. Made Navarrete jump out of the gym for it. Hallman second guessing. Lede. 3 off the slide. Jacobs burrows in. Bullying up against Navarrete. Couldn't cash it in. Navarrete. Hallman with the bounce pass. Hallman getting stripped every time she walks down the lane. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Keller, her first. Johnson misses her first. With 20 seconds left to spare. I think someone tried to wave at the camera.
Perhaps so.
I mean, I would too. Makes me superstar famous. Navarrete misses everything. 0 seconds left. 67-15. Crusaders take the win. And next we're going to hear Kapaun versus Northwest. Kevin announcing that. And we're going to let Kevin take it away once we get back. This is NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Grizzly Pride Booster Club supports academic, athletics, and fine arts programs at Northwest High School. The Booster Club has donated more than $35,000 to students and staff at Northwest. They have purchased equipment, uniforms, classroom supplies, and teacher grants, and provided approximately $7,000 a year in food costs for school activities and athletic events. They would like to invite you to become a member of Grizzly Pride by volunteering at a school event.
Welcome back to Northwest. The girls' game is in the books. Kapaun comes away with a 67-15 final. Kapaun goes to 5-1. Grizzlies fall to 2-5 on the season. We're going to go ahead here and have our pregame visit with our good friend, head coach Andy Hill. Maybe. Oh. While the crowd settles in here, you're not going to be able to see what's going on the floor anyway because everybody is standing up. So let's go ahead and send it to Andy Hill in our pregame visit. Stay tuned. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Our Varsity League doubleheader continues now at West High, and we're getting set for the boys varsity game against the host West High Pioneers. And we're joined for our pregame visit by head coach Andy Hill. And coach, first of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Kevin.
Here we are again, and it seems like it's a brand new season in a way because it's been almost 3 weeks since we played a game.
Yeah, you kind of get things going and play in a certain way in December, and then you got to stop and shut it down for a while. So, we've had, I think 6 or so practices since we've been able to start up again, and they've been good. But I know the guys are anxious and antsy to get back out and start competing again. So they're excited.
Well, after winning your first 5 games, it had to be tough on them to all of a sudden have to put it aside for 3 weeks. I'm sure they wanted to keep that roll going.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, those guys just love to play. So, it's a break is not always ideal in certain situations, but at the same time, it's good to be able to get away and kind of spend time with family and do those kinds of things, and have a chance to miss it a little bit.
Right.
And I think they can come back and kind of be a little bit recharged and ready to go here for a big stretch.
What do you attribute the tremendous chemistry on that team, which has been shown in winning 5 straight? But, on the floor, you can see the chemistry. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing. It's like they're a well-oiled machine. How did that come about?
I think a lot of it starts with just being a senior-led team. We've got 5 seniors, and 3 of them have come through the program for all 4 years. So they kind of know how we operate. We've got 2 other guys that, have experience, playing last year at the varsity level. So, I think just that continuity has helped. And then you add, a couple new guys into the mix. And what's been fortunate for us is those new guys we added. I'm talking about, DJ and River, like they're really good basketball players, and they're also very coachable. So you can tell that they have a lot of experience playing the game, and I think they just kind of have come in and been able to adjust really quickly because of how coachable they are and their basketball IQ. So I think in a lot of areas you're right about the chemistry and things looking good, but I also think we have some areas where it can get better as far as knowing where each other's at. I think specifically on the defensive end is where we've got to grow, as a team and as a unit, and kind of knowing what each other's doing at all times. But it has been a good start, and we're looking to hopefully keep improving.
And, my hat's off to both Peters and Brown for the way they've molded in, because, they play like they've been playing with the rest of that team all their lives instead of just a few weeks. So that probably has something to do with you too. But, those guys they all obviously worked very hard to get to that point.
Yeah. When you've got kids that are, they're good kids, and they're humble, and they just want to win. So that makes that kind of adjustment a lot easier. And nobody's just trying to get their own. Everybody's just trying to do what we need to do to be the best that we can and to win as many games as we can. So that buy-in and that commitment to the process is definitely makes it a lot easier.
So let's turn our attention forward. You've got West High tonight. First time we played them this year. What do you know about this group?
They're rebuilding a little bit. They had a pretty good season last year, but they had like 4 or 5 seniors that all moved on, and they have a new coach as well. So they've struggled a little bit early on in this season, kind of trying to find their way. But you can definitely see that they're playing hard. They're well coached, and once things start clicking for them, they're going to be a team that's pretty dangerous. So I'm sure they've had some extra time to practice over the break and refine some things. So it's a game where we'll have to make sure that we're ready for and come out and try to execute and do things the way that we want to do them, and play the game that we want to play.
And I'm anticipating a small crowd tonight because school's not in session yet. So, if you wouldn't expect kids to come out for a school event when school hasn't started yet. So if you're playing to a semi-empty building or a quieter building, does that make a difference for you and the kids?
You hope not, but they're high school kids, so you never know what kind of things might impact their approach. But we talk about those things. We call that a BYOE game, bring your own energy.
There you go.
Because you're not always going to have great crowds, and we've been fortunate this year, that we have played in front of some really, really good crowds, especially at home. Being on the road for this one, and like you said, being over break, good chance it probably will not be a packed house. But as a competitor, you hopefully don't let that impact your approach, and you still bring effort and you bring energy and all those things to play a good competitive basketball game. And I think our guys will.
Last question. It's always the same. Is anybody hurt?
Nope. Everybody's healthy and ready to go.
Okay, sounds good. Wish you the best of luck against the West High Pioneers, and we'll look forward to a visit before Tuesday's varsity contest.
All right, sounds good.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's varsity contest against the West High Pioneers. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Get out there. Join the fun. Support your team.
All right, welcome back to Northwest. Just enjoy what you're watching and have fun and grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, and just enjoy it.
Okay, we're in between games. Hope you enjoyed the pregame interview with Andy Hill. And we thank the good people at Zoom for making that possible. 7 minutes before they introduce the starting lineups and play the national anthem, so we've got a little bit of time. We'll let you watch the boys warm up. right, folks, we got 2 minutes to go before we introduce the starters. Nothing unusual for Northwest. Got one little change. Grizzlies in their home whites. And Kapaun will play in their road blues. I just ran up the stairs. I'm out of breath.
Kapaun's definitely ready to stun the crowd, heading into a 6-0 territory. Ready to be 7-0.
Be nice to be 7-0 going into the Challenge Series next weekend. We'll talk about that later. No pep band tonight because there was no school today. We haven't started school yet. School got delayed by 2 days because of a blizzard we had on Sunday. And driving still isn't very good in Wichita, but we are going to have school tomorrow. Well, we're all standing up, and we all know why. They're about to do the national anthem. Yeah, see if you can get it up there. That's perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to the display of our national anthem in honor of our country and those that defend it. Tonight's national anthem will be played by Henry Miller.
It's Northwest student Randy Miller doing the national anthem for us tonight. Now let's introduce the starting lineups for tonight's game. And we'll start with the visitors from Kapaun Mount Carmel. Wearing number 4, a junior at 6'5", Rocco Keller. Senior, 5'11", number 11, Corey Daniels. 6'5", senior, number 12, Owen Herlocker. 6'5", sophomore, number 15, Blaze Dalian. And rounding out the starting five for the Crusaders, a 6'4" senior, number 21, Corbin Johnson. The Crusaders are coached by Steve Eck. He's assisted by Cortland Carney, James Conley, Will Hebert, and Nigel Wright. Now, the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. A 6-foot junior guard, number 1, Darian Hammond. 6'5" senior forward, number 2, DJ Brown. 6'3", sophomore forward, number 3, Deshae Benton. 6-foot senior guard, number 5, Eli Benning. And rounding out the starting five, a 6'3" senior guard, number 23, River Peters. The Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. He's assisted by Kylan Hawkins, Gavin Darr, and Gary Cooper. And on that subject, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to send a big shout out to Gavin Darr and his wife, Taylor, who welcomed a baby boy yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Congratulations to everyone in the Darr family. And the word is mom and son are doing well.
Woohoo!
It'll be DJ Brown tipping it off for Northwest. And for, I guess I'm gonna need, I don't know, I put that tape in the wrong place. I lost my, whatchamacallit,
Your pad?
my pad. I don't know what happened to it. I guess I'll be okay using the table.
Is the zoom in good?
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
If you did it right, you can get the shot clock right up here and right up there.
Okay.
At each end. All right, we're ready to go. Opening tip, and Northwest wins the tip. We're underway here at Northwest High. Bringing it up the floor, Eli Benning. He's out there with DJ Brown, Deshae Benton, River Peters, and Darian Hammond. Brown in the paint, sends it out. Benton puts up a three, and it's blocked by Keller, and here comes Cape and Mount Carmel right back. This could be a barn burner. Both teams, the teams have one loss between them. Hammond on the rebound. Here come the Grizzlies down the floor. Brown sends it across. Hammond for three, off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Capon. Blaze Dalian will bring it down for the Crusaders. Back out now to Corbin Johnson into the paint. Spin move and putting it in is Urlacher, and the Crusaders draw first blood. Well, for a minute I thought we were calling a timeout. Benning was making some unusual signals. It looked like he was calling for a timeout, but he was evidently calling a play. Man-to-man by Capon here in the early going. Back out now it comes to Benning. Eli lost the handle. Capon comes away with it. Bringing it down the floor is Dalian. And we have a whistle. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on Northwest. It's on Benning. First team foul of the game for either team. Back underway. There's a three-pointer, and it misses everything, and will go out and turn over to Northwest. Blaze Dalian tried the three-pointer and came up short. Grizzlies will inbound, and we're back underway. River Peters now to Hammond. Back to Brown. Brown top of the key. Trying to split two defenders. Down he goes. Grizzlies keep possession of the basketball. Benning with it. Brown for three. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Daniels, and here come the Crusaders back. Across the timeline comes Daniels. He sends it wide. Dalian, top of the key, gives it off. There's one that's short by Urlacher, and the Grizzlies bring it back down the floor. Benton off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Benning, and he gets it back in to Benton. Nice save by the Grizzlies that time. They tried an alley-oop, it didn't go. Brown sends it back out to Benning. Benning now over to Hammond. River Peters for three, off the heel, no good. And Benning with a rebound. He puts one up, it's short, and this time Capon comes away with it. 4 tries at it and no points for Northwest. Corey Daniels dishes it off to Keller. Dalian for three, misses, and it's rebounded by Johnson. He sends it back out to Daniels again. Grizzlies man-to-man. On the near side, Johnson now at the free throw line, dishing it back. Driving into the paint, sending it wide near side. There's a three ball that's going to be short, and it's picked off by Benning, and he lays it up for Peters, who missed the dunk. But there for the follow is DJ Brown, and the Grizzlies are on the scoreboard at 2 apiece. Corey Daniels. Spin move, draws the foul. Rocco Keller will go to the line and shoot a couple.
I just hope you grabbed your popcorn because my seat is glued. I'm not moving.
Liam Calvert and Franklin Aquay come in for Northwest. And I thought it was a foul. Evidently it's not. So we'll take it back off the board, and the Grizzlies get it on the turnover. Benning brings it up the floor, into the paint, turns, spins, gives it off to Calvert, back to Benning. Across the way to Hammond, back underneath, and it bounces off of Calvert, and it will be a turnover to the Crusaders. Three and a half to go, first quarter, tied at 2. Been a low-scoring first quarter. There's a long 2, and it's good.
Defense is mainly drawing the blood more than offense does.
DJ Brown brings it down the floor, underneath, scoop shot, misses, putback doesn't go. Calvert gets that rebound. Back out to Benning, and it's knocked out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. Aquay with it in the backcourt. He'll bring it back down. DJ Brown on the far side with it. Aquay driving, thought about it, pulled it back down. Now he gives it to Calvert. Calvert to Brown for 3. Off the front, no good. And a whistle. And we have a foul called on Cape and Mount Carmel. That's 1 apiece now here in the first quarter. And the foul is charged to Blaze Dalian.
Calvert diving in. He's like, don't worry, I'll heal quick. I want to get that rebound.
Brown takes the inbound pass, gives it to Benning. And Benning in the paint with it, gives it to Calvert, back to Benning. Benning from 15, good. And we're tied at 4. Corey Daniels brings it down the floor and dishes it to Keller. Underneath, count that one every time. That's Jude Porter who puts it in for the Crusaders. Benning for 3, off the heel again. We have not made a 3 yet. We're 0 for 4.
Benning kind of hesitated on that 3. Didn't follow through completely.
Daniels gives it to Keller. And now back it comes to Urlacher. Looking to dish it off, does so to Johnson. Grizzlies doing a good job of keeping him on the perimeter. And there's one that's blocked by Calvert, but he couldn't get control of it. Crusaders keep it. Now in the paint off the glass, partially blocked. Here comes Northwest back. Oh, I was convinced. I'll tell you later. Hammond for 3, off the front, no good. Rebounded by Aquay, and a foul called on the rebound against Cape and Mount Carmel.
Threes aren't really our strong suit. We are 19% from 3 against West heading into the contest.
Not doing any better here tonight, as we haven't made one yet. I think we're 0 for 4. It might be 0 for 5. Doesn't really matter.
we still haven't missed. We still are not making them. So
Benning will inbound it. Gets it out to Brown. Brown back underneath to Calvert, who lost the handle. Here comes Kapaun back with it now. Grizzlies have not led in this game. Back out Urlacher with it. Underneath to Keller. And now back to Johnson. A three ball off the rim, no good, is rebounded by River Peters. Peters with it, he tries a three. In and out, no good, rebounded by Keller. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
there has to be like a rim or something blocking us from making any shot.
I think there's cellophane in there. With the ball is Melvin Pogue of Kapaun Mount Carmel. There's a spin move and a miss. Rebounded by Peters. He'll give it to Akwe, who gives it to Benning. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. No shot clock. Underneath. Come on, Akwe. Get in there. It doesn't go, and that's the end of the first quarter. Well, at the end of the first quarter, Grizzlies had some bad luck in that quarter. They could very well be leading, but as it stands, they're trailing. It's Kapaun Mount Carmel 6, Northwest 4 back in for the second quarter after this. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball.
Hey, man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Back at Northwest, we want to send a shout out to Julia Jones, a regular viewer of our webcasts, who is with us this evening. And we wish her the best and thank her for joining us, and thank all of you for joining us as well on NWHS Grizz for what has so far been a pretty darn good game. Kapaun Mount Carmel will inbound to start play in the second quarter.
There's also someone in Oklahoma that's watching us too.
Well, we welcome everybody from Oklahoma. Back underway here, Kapaun with the ball. Daniels with it for Kapaun. Gives it to Keller. Keller back now to Corbin Johnson. Johnson, a nice spin move, gives it to Blaze Dalian. There's a long three ball, and it's good. Kapaun draws first blood here in the second quarter. And it's 9-4. We have a whistle and a stoppage of play, which is good because I never started it. Sometimes when you push these buttons by feel and you miss. So we'll just let it catch up. Northwest is inbounding. That's Eli Benning with it, bringing it forward. Liam Calvert to Ikwe. And that one goes up, does not go in, and who's going to get the rebound? It's going to go out of play. And it's going to stay with Northwest, I believe. And here we go. Benning, Brown, Calvert, Akwe, and Peters on the floor for Northwest. Calvert, too late, shot clock violation. And Kapaun will get the ball. That'll be Corey Daniels bringing it up the floor. Underneath, Shot misses, put back is good. Grizzlies are down by 7. And a timeout's been taken by Northwest. Give you our upcoming schedule for the week. No games on Friday at all. The girls will be playing in the City League, Ark Valley Chisholm Trail League Challenge Series. Friday afternoon at 12:30, and that's a game we will not be able to broadcast. And then the boys will play Derby on Saturday night, and Derby is undefeated. So another tough game for Northwest here in this challenge, as Derby is undefeated going into play tonight.
And then we got to bounce back and play Heights after.
And we have Heights right after. So we have a big stretch going on. Saturday night, we will be on the air at 7:15, time approximate. There's a 3-ball off the heel, no good. There's Daniels with a 3 that missed. Hammond, that one misses. Well, we just cannot find the bottom of the basket. Daniels brings it back up the floor for Kapaun.
And Kapaun's finding all the answers, too.
Over the near side for Dalian. And now back to Johnson. Johnson for 3, good. (14-4), Grizzlies down by double digits. Not the way you want to start a game against this Kapaun team.
No, you got to come out and start
Johnson
firing.
for 3 again. He missed that one. And a nice try to save it by River Peters, but he was unable to do so. We'll take Northwest's timeout off the board, which we failed to do. Back underway. Around the horn. That's Keller with it. And he gives it back up to Erlacher. That shot misses. Erlacher gets it back, and now Keller for 3, and that one doesn't count because a whistle blew. And I'm not sure what they called here. Do you see what the call was there, ma'am?
Negative.
Some kind of turnover that we didn't see. Benning brings it down the floor. Peters with it. He loses the handle. There to get it is DJ Brown, and that'll be a turnover.
Kapaun's crowd starting to fire up. Grizzlies down by 10.
And back underway we go. Daniels will bring it down the floor again. Erlacher to Rocco. Keller. Back out to Daniels. Keller feeds it in. Nice feed it is, too. Erlacher has an easy lay-in. Grizzlies down by a dozen.
Managed to beat 2 defenders.
DJ Brown. Double team, gets it to Benning. Underneath, Benton can't make it go. We just cannot find the basket. And it goes over now to Kapaun Mount Carmel. Approaching 4 minutes to go until halftime. Grizzlies only have 4 points.
Northwest just cannot buy a bucket.
Erlacher brings it down, gives it to Jude Porter, who just came into the game, number 2. This one to Daniels. Daniels looking for help. Feeds it to Erlacher, now over here to Keller. Spin move by Keller. He gives it out to Porter, who drives and scores. Jude Porter scores for Kapaun. If you watched our pregame interview, our time is messed up here, folks. I apologize for that. If you watched our pregame interview, Coach Andy Hill said we got to play our best against this team. And he wasn't happy with the play on Friday night. There's Peters for three, good. River Peters finally finds the back of the bucket.
Finally breaks her cold snap.
18-7, Grizzlies trail, 3 minutes to go till halftime. Stay tuned at halftime. We've got a great guest coming to join us at halftime. Terry Moses, the safety director, security director. I always forget her title. Whoops, did that count or not? No, I guess it didn't. Oops. DJ Brown just got called for his first personal. Anyway, Terry Moses is going to join us. We'll hear what's going on with things with the district. Always a nice visit when Terry's with us. Grizzlies bring it down the floor. That one, we just cannot, I keep saying it, but we can't buy a basket. We have not made a basket from close in yet tonight. Nice pass, that one doesn't go, but there's a whistle and a foul on Northwest. We'll be shooting free throws. That'll be Erlacher at the line to shoot the free throws.
Yeah, and I also believe we're like 1 for 6 from three-point land. Not a very good first half, but it's okay. I believe in pixie dust, and we're gonna bounce right back into this game. No mental mistakes.
Aquay comes in for DJ Brown. One more free throw here for Mr. Erlacher. And that one is good. Grizzlies trail by a dozen again. Benning brings it down the floor, gives it to Hammond. Crossed the way and threw that one into the crowd, and it'll be a turnover to Kapaun Mount Carmel.
And the Crusaders love it.
Bringing it up the floor is Corey Daniels. Daniels rolls one. Now that's an interesting pass play. And we have a turnover. Give it to Northwest. River Peters has it on the far side. Grizzlies need points on this possession badly. Benton. To Hammond. Now to Benning. Benning for three off the heel. So what's new? Foot back good. Corey Daniels brings it down the floor for the Crusaders. Dalian with it. Now back over to Corey Daniels. Dalian puts one up from 8 feet, doesn't go, and a whistle. And what do we have here? We have a foul on Northwest, I believe. Nope, it is on Kapaun.
Kapaun's crowd has an opinion over that call.
Hammond comes out, and he's replaced by, I'll tell you later. Benning with it, and they turn it over. 1 minute to go in the first half. Down the floor it comes. Erlacher is blocked And they're going to call a foul, which is too bad, because that was a great blocking play. Urlacher will go to the line and shoot 2. First one is good. Hammond comes back in for DJ Brown. Quay in the corner, gives it out to Peters, now to Benning. Peters drives it into the paint, puts it up, count it. Come on, ladies, thank you. Corey Daniels for the Crusaders. There's 34 seconds to go, 30 now in the first half. And it's taken by River Peters and dunk it. There we go, he got us going here. Maybe that'll put a spark under him.
Now we're getting some fireworks popping.
Basket by Crusaders, and that'll do it. We're at halftime. Not the best first half for Northwest by any means, but they hung in there, and they got a little life in the last minute. So at halftime, it's Northwest trailing Cape and Mount Carmel 22-11. We'll be back with our halftime extravaganza and Miss Terry Moses after this 1 minute timeout. And actually, we're going to wait a minute to take the timeout because she's still walking up here. You'll need to give her your headset. And then if you can, swing the camera around, we'll stand here. Okay? No, she stopped to visit on the way. We've got plenty of time, I think. Anyway, let's go to commercial. We'll be back.
Grizzlies basketball on the internet is brought to you in part by Andrew's Cleaning Service. Owned and operated by Andrew Dillon, they offer residential cleaning, apartment cleaning, commercial cleaning services, deep cleaning, construction and remodel cleanup, carpet cleaning, and much more. Whether it be a one-time cleanup job or regular service scheduled weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, Andrew's Cleaning Service is ready to take care of your cleaning needs. Andrew's Cleaning Service serves the greater Wichita metro area, including Derby, Hayesville, Mays, Goddard, and Valley Center. Check them out on the web at wichitacleaningservice.com or give Andrew a call for an estimate at 712-3883. We thank Andrew's Cleaning Service for their support of Grizzly basketball on the web.
Welcome back to Northwest. We're at halftime. Grizzlies trail 22-11. And if you know anything about halftime guests, my favorite halftime guest is standing to my immediate left. That's Terry Moses. And
yes.
You've been busy.
I have been.
Down at AMAC. What's going on down there with you?
We've had a fantastic year. The kids have been fantastic. I think everything that's going on, last year's graduation rate we just announced in December was one of the highest ever. I get the opportunity to interact with some of our future, and it's just like you.
Like me, yeah.
Enjoy working with kids every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell people I'm blessed.
Yeah, I say the same thing. I'm blessed, and I'm really going to be blessed starting tomorrow. I'm going to teach math for 3 months, and I haven't done geometry since I was in high school. So.
It's all about
but you know
the
what?
process and
the kids and
about
I are
going
to do it together.
If you got the right attitude and you care about the kids, you'll do fine.
Yeah,
you'll do fine. And I know you will.
Yeah. So we just had a meeting. I don't know how much you can say about this, but we just had a meeting last week where it was talked about the DOJ and everything we're supposed to be doing. Is there anything that you can say, that you can talk about that will inform some people out there as to what it's all about?
Well, I think it's part of the federal government is to oversee. When I was with the police department, I think people know that I worked with the police department before I came here. Yeah. And their job is to oversee and make sure that we do things correctly and that we're equal in how we enforce all of our rules, organizations, whatever. And as a result of our work with them, we're making some changes, but I think they're positive changes. We want to do a lot more in our line of work in terms of security, de-escalation, positive reinforcement, find ways to encourage kids. Young people have anger every once in a while,
sure.
And we need to figure out ways.
They're human like the rest of us.
All of us, but they haven't figured out the anger management skills that you and I figured out.
Right.
If those of you who don't know, we coached together.
We did.
And when you
for
work
a number
with
of years.
and when you work with young kids, just like basketball, you can get your adrenaline going, and you can make some bad decisions. And we need to figure out ways how to coach them out of that. I used to tell people all the time, I loved recruiting athletes. They know when that whistle stops so that they stop.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to teach our kids on a daily basis. Hey, how can I work through? How can I communicate? How can I do things better?
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that they did at our meeting last week, they made a year-over-year comparison of this year over last year, and the incident rate, I don't know what to call it, but the incident rate is down like by 2/3 over last year, which I think is phenomenal in a year-over-year change like that.
I think all of us would have preferred a slower move to change, but the bottom line is we had to change. And we see the effects of that in our statistics, and that change has meant that we are interacting with kids in a positive way. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Are we learning as we go? Absolutely. But that's part of life, and that's part of what we're teaching kids, is that you've got to constantly be a learner. You and I are both retirement age, but we still enjoy learning, just like you're going to enjoy learning about math.
That's what it's all about. You never stop learning.
Never, ever, ever.
And I always tell the kids one thing. I tell them, learn as much as you can for as long as you can, because knowledge is the only thing on the planet that no one can take away from you.
Absolutely. And people told me that when I was young. Now I really understand that. And
Been there, done that.
And we will continue to tell our young people that learning is such a gift. We are so lucky in our country, our world, in our school system that we have the gift of knowledge, and we can share that gift with our young people. Like I said, it's a wonderful way. I feel like I have a purpose every day when I come to work, and it makes you feel good when you go home at night.
Let me ask you, I don't know if you're qualified to answer this question or not. We've just had 2 snow days.
Yes.
Are we having to make those up somewhere along the line, or were snow days built into the calendar?
They are built in the calendar. Every year when they do the calendar exercise, they know we live in Kansas, and they know that the opportunity presents itself, and it's a whole lot easier to build those days into the calendar rather than trying to add them on and get people to change at the end of the year. So those dates are built in, and the calendar process has been done for decades. So we generally have an idea. The one year when we had the water main break,
right?
Who would have thought you'd have to close school for a water main break? Yeah. But you build in days because whether it's a snow day or a water main break, something in 186 days, something is going to happen.
Well, I'm glad they called school off, especially yesterday, because travel was so hazardous. Not only was the wind chill 15 below, but travel was so hazardous. It was dangerous. It was absolutely dangerous.
Well, we knew yesterday that the street cleaners would not have the opportunity. The storm lasted so late on Sunday night that there was no opportunity for them to get out and clear the roads. So, absolutely.
And giving them an extra day to do that today. Of course, they kind of requested that we stay off the roads.
Yep.
And you know what? If they requested it, they must be requesting it because the roads are still dangerous.
I just came from East.
Safety first, so I got no problem with it.
I just came from the ball game at East. I will say that the highways, I came the highway already here. I think they've done a fantastic job on the main roadways. We know those side streets are always going to be problemsome.
Especially
but I
the
think
one I live on.
We know that's everywhere. But the main roadways that we think are in great shape.
Yeah, good. Well, and we're back to school tomorrow.
Yep. Hey, I do want to give one plug. why I'm talking to you, get the opportunity. We have a bond election that's coming up on February 25th. And as administrators with the district, we would just want to remind everybody, first of all, get registered to vote.
Right.
Just like
and
in
they
November.
should all be registered to vote. We just voted for president.
Just voted for presidents.
Everybody should already be in that vote. But
Yep.
if they haven't been, yes, get out there now and register.
Go out now, get registered. And even though it is not as big an election as what we saw in November, we know the turnout's going to be lower. We still feel there's a civic duty to get out and vote. So we'd really like everybody to, first of all, get registered to vote. Second of all, show up to vote on February 25th.
And it's an important issue. Whether
It's
you're
absolutely.
pro or con, it's an important issue, and you need to make your voices heard.
Yep, absolutely.
So yes, absolutely get out
So
there
my
and vote.
plug for civics.
There you go.
Okay.
Terry Moses, thank you for joining us at halftime. Always glad to have you. And
great to see you.
Glad you're in the building tonight.
Yeah, and thanks for all you do for Northwest.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Terry Moses, our guest here at halftime. We're going to spin the camera around so that I can walk up here and get the scoreboard ready. Thanks again, Terry, for joining us. It was great. Appreciate you. And say hi to family, by the way.
I will.
All righty. We've got 1 minute to go here before the start of the third quarter. And we'll just let you folks relax at home. Whoops, I didn't do that right. This was correct. This is what's wrong. Grizzlies will inbound to start play in the third quarter. Are you serious? This thing fried again. What is it about halftime? All righty, well, folks, I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to have to rebuild this thing real quick. So bear with me. Wish now I hadn't talked quite as long with Terry Moses. So come on. Oh, come on, computer, do it. There we go. Now the control panel is evidently the issue because it didn't come up. Okay, we're gonna quickly get this going. We'll do it while we're talking game here. And Northwest inbounds to start play here in the third quarter. Liam Calvert with it. Back out now to DJ Brown. And we have a foul called, I believe. We do indeed. E.J. Brown's at the line. He's going to shoot a couple here.
Makes the first. Brown flexes, fires, yes.
Makes them both. 22-13 now. Here in the third quarter with 7:30 to go in that quarter. There's a shot and a miss, rebounded by Keller. He misses, and that one's rebounded by River Peters. And here he comes down the floor. Peters again puts it up, it's blocked and taken away by the Crusaders. Liam Calvert on the rebound, and here comes Northwest back down the floor with it. Brown off the glass. Come on, ball, get in the hole. My goodness. Johnson drove the line. He got fouled on the way in, and he'll go to the line here. Oh, no, they're going to inbound it instead. My bad.
DJ Brown, his third.
Brown takes a seat with 3 fouls. I didn't realize we had anybody in foul trouble. Kapaun inbounds it. Daniels takes it all the way back in his own backcourt. And here come the Crusaders back now. Johnson almost had it taken away from him. Nice pass inside to Dalian, and his shot is blocked, but I think they're going to call a foul. Foul is on Aquay. Second team foul, and will be shooting, Dalian will be shooting twice. First one misses off the heel. Again, we want to thank Terry Moses for joining us at halftime. Always a great visit with Miss Moses, and she does such a wonderful job for the district, keeping all of us safe from harm. Calvert gives it back to Benning. Benning drives off the glass, counted. Where has that been? Kapaun Mount Carmel brings it down the floor. That's Urlacher with it. In the paint to Johnson, puts it up off the glass, no good, rebounded by River Peters, and we have a whistle and a foul. And I think that's going to be an offensive foul. It is. And it's on that's on Blaze Dalian. That's his third.
So now both the Grizzlies and the Crusaders are in foul trouble.
They each have one player with 3 fouls in the contest. Hammond on the far side of the floor drives, and he's fouled. That's an easy call to make. That one is going to be charged to Johnson. That's his second. There's a long one. Misses, rebounded by the Crusaders. Here comes Kapaun back. Crusaders working it. Spin move by Keller. He almost lost it. He gives it to Daniels. 10 on the shot clock. Daniels puts it up, and it misses, and it's rebounded by Benning, and here come the Grizzlies back. Benning, come on, ball, fall, will you? We just cannot get those to fall tonight. And we have a whistle, and I think Benning's going to get called. Well, actually, we have a timeout being taken by Kapaun Mount Carmel. Again, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that no games this Friday. Girls will play at 12:30 in the challenge game. And by the way, that's at Hartman Arena up in Park City. Be a great venue to go watch a game. So if you're in the Wichita area, go up and watch the girls play at 12:30 on Friday afternoon. The boys will play, the girls are playing Mays South, by the way. I guess I should have said that. Boys are going to play Derby in the same venue, in the same challenge. Saturday night at 7:30, we're on the air at time approximate 7:15. Daniels in the backcourt, and we're back underway here.
The crowd's surprisingly quiet.
Crowd is quiet. And that's one of the reasons why. Rocco Keller scores for Kapaun. In the paint, Calvert dishes it to Benning. Benning back to Peters from 10 feet, good. Well, Grizzlies still trail only by 7.
River Peters is the answer for the night, apparently. making all of his buckets drop.
Jude Porter in the paint with it, lost it. McQuay comes away with it. Up to Peters, lays it in. Grizzlies down by 5. The Grizzlies trailed by 14 at one point in the first half. Now they're down by 5. They're starting to come on. Daniels for Kapaun. Has Benning all over him. Dishes it off to Keller. Keller up underneath and scores. Nice move by Rocco Keller to score for the Crusaders. Fade away doesn't go, and rebounded by Daniels for the Crusaders. He'll bring it down the floor himself. Puts it up short, picked off by Eli Benning. He'll bring it down 1-on-2. Underneath, ball goes up. McQuay couldn't get it in, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2, I think. Yes, he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. McQuay's first one is a miss.
Liam Calvert checks out.
Who came in for him? I didn't see it.
Benton.
Deshae Benton came in.
Yep.
All right, we made 1 out of 2. We're down by 6. On the floor for Northwest, Deshae Benton, Darian Hammond, River Peters, Eli Benning. Who did I miss? Franklin McQuay. Crusaders with it. That's Daly in at the top of the key. He thought about it. Dishes it off to Jude Porter. Porter in, short, and picked off by Darian Hammond. Shot by Urlacher was short.
Now Kapaun can't buy a bucket. Ooh.
That won't count. We had a foul called. And that'll put Northwest in the bonus. Benning will go to the line and shoot 2. As Kapaun is over the limit.
Benning is one of the top 15 point guards in our 6A league. Along with DJ Brown.
First one's good. Grizzlies are down by 5 again. Foul, by the way, was charged to Corey Daniels. That's his second. Pardon me. Made them both. Attaboy. 26-22, Kapaun. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Dalian went down. I think they're going to charge it to Quay. It is. And Franklin, it's his second. Andy Hill trying to charge up his troops over there. And Blaze Dalian will pull the ball out. Now he dishes it off to Corey Daniels. And back to Urlacher. Underneath, Jude Porter puts it up and doesn't go. Put back, misses. Kapaun gets it back again, and there's a miss. And finally, the Grizzlies come away with it, and DJ Brown is all by himself and lays it in. And the Grizzlies are within 2. Count them. They're only 2 down, and a timeout's been taken by Kapaun Mount Carmel.
Oh, how the times have changed. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Taken by the Crusaders. They definitely dug themselves out of the hole.
They have. They're only down by 2 here. they keep this up, we're going to have one heck of a good fourth quarter.
I love how we switched sides and all of a sudden Northwest is getting all the baskets and Cape and it's just laying bricks.
Grizzlies are in the bonus. They have 4 timeouts left, Capon with 3. Grizzlies have 3 team fouls in this quarter. No lineup change for Northwest during the timeout. And Capon inbounds. We're back underway after the timeout. Daniels sends it on the far side. That's Urlacher sending it back now near side to Daniels. Now Dalian with it. Dalian at the free throw stripe, dishes it off. Daniels pulls it out. At the free throw line, puts it up, and he misses everything. Turn it over to Northwest. Grizzlies have the ball with a chance to tie or take their first lead of the game.
The Crusaders coach couldn't believe what he just saw. Hammond checks in for Northwest.
Grizzlies bring it down the floor. That's Benning. Giving it off to Peters. To Brown. Brown drives, puts it up. It doesn't go, and it's rebounded by the Crusaders. Less than a minute to go in the third. Grizzlies just got called for a foul. That was River Peters' first. Jude Porter brings it across the timeline. To Urlacher, to Dalian. To Johnson, back to Dalian. Dalian drives, 15-footer, good. Nice hands by Blaze Dalian that time. Shot clock is off. Grizzlies can play for 1.
Cape managed to break the spell over that basket.
He did that. Benning with it, 15 to go.
When the clock
10
melts.
to go. River Peters picks up a loose ball. Now Capon has it. Last shot time. And it almost went for 3. Thank you very much. Wow. After 3 periods, it's Capon Mount Carmel 28, Northwest 24. Back with the fourth quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Grizzly Pride Booster Club supports academic, athletics, and fine arts programs at Northwest High School. The Booster Club has donated more than $35,000 to students and staff at Northwest. They have purchased equipment, uniforms, classroom supplies, and teacher grants, and provided approximately $7,000 a year in food cost for school activities and athletic events. They would like to invite you to become a member of Grizzly Pride by volunteering at a school event.
Back at Northwest, getting set for the fourth quarter. Capon Mount Carmel will begin play here in the fourth quarter under the alternating possession rule. Gone 3 quarters, we haven't had a jump ball yet.
That's how you know it's good basketball.
Yeah, exactly. All righty, we're set to go and underway. Jude Porter takes the inbound pass and brings it up the floor. He gives it to Rocco Keller. Keller off the glass, and it's good. Grizzlies with a 6-point lead again, and now they get the ball back. And a whistle, and they're going to say it stays with Northwest. Liam Calvert back on the floor for the Grizzlies, replacing Deshae Benton. Calvert. Are they going to count it? Are they counting it? They counted it. Count the basket and a foul. Liam Calvert will go to the line to shoot one. Try and get his three-pointer the old-fashioned way. And it's good. Grizzlies down by 3. And a sub coming in for Kapaun as Corey Daniels comes back into the lineup for the Crusaders. He will replace Rocco Keller. I don't mind that a bit. And here we go. Urlacher to Blaze Dalian. He'll pull it out. Johnson has it picked off by Calvert, but now a wide open three is taken and missed by Daniels, and here comes DJ Brown with it. He'll bring it down, he'll drive it, he'll dish it off, back out to Calvert, and now to River Peters. Peters, back to DJ Brown. Calvert for 3. Good! We're tied!
Calvert with ice in his veins.
Tied, the first tie since the game started. Kapaun with it. Dalian misses his 3. And a foul is called. Boy, he got hammered. Liam Calvert just got clobbered.
I can tell you one thing, Northwest crowd is loving it. We have 110 people watching.
Benning brings it up the floor. Brown. Oh, it doesn't go. Daniels has it pocket picked, but they're going to call a foul on Darian Hammond. Oh, they called it on Benning, excuse me. Could have sworn that was Hammond. Kapaun with the ball and a chance to take the lead. We're tied at 30. Over on the near side. Now across to the far side, Keller with it. Keller again, now into the paint. Gives it off to Johnson, puts up a 3 in and out, no good. Rebounded by DJ Brown. Grizzlies with a chance to take the lead. Hammond. Good! Grizzlies lead for the first time.
Back-to-back heartbreakers.
5:30 to go, fourth quarter. A lot of time left. And Kapaun's going to take a full timeout. Who can blame him?
I'm pretty scared of Northwest, too.
Let's go ahead and take that timeout as well. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hey, man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Back at Northwest, Grizzlies have just taken their first lead of the game. .5:27 to go. The possession arrow is pointing at Northwest. Grizzlies have 4 timeouts left. Kapaun has 2. 2 fouls on Kapaun, 1 on Northwest. That's your game reset here in the 4th quarter. It's River Peters, Eli Benning, DJ Brown, Liam Calvert, and Darian Hammond on the floor for Northwest. Kapaun will inbound, and here we go. Comes into Daniels in the backcourt. Nice feed into the paint. Back out it comes to Keller. Keller off the glass, doesn't go. Benning brings it down. Eli into the corner. Back out to Benning. Back out in the corner to Peters. And Peters, how can he not be fouled there? And I think they are going to call something. They did indeed. It's a foul on. That's on Blaze Dalian. That's his 4th. Back at it. Benning feeds it out to Hammond, but he couldn't get the shot off. He'll pull it back out. DJ Brown with it now. To Peters again. Benning. Calvert. Short on the 3. And rebounded by the Grizzlies. Brown, lay it in, baby. Yes, sir. DJ Brown picks up the slop and gets us 2 more.
We were once down by 14 coming into this.
Largest lead of the game now is at 5. And there's a basket for Kapaun.
Kapaun responds right back.
Erlacher puts it in for the Crusaders. Less than 4 to go. DJ Brown. Nice move by Brown, but he couldn't get the good shot off. Corbin Johnson feeds it over here to Erlacher again. He's double teamed. Taken away by Brown. Nice job. Here come the Grizzlies with a chance to extend the lead again. Benning pulls it back out. Nice feed. Short, rebounded by Calvert. Underneath Brown, yes! DJ Brown makes it a 5-point game again. And he's fouled, he'll go to the line, and he'll shoot 1. What do we have here? Benning is coming out, replaced by Franklin Ekwe. DJ Brown is up there all by his lonesome for this. Good. Grizzlies lead by 6. That's their biggest lead of the game. Kapaun brings up the floor. That's Daniels with it. Johnson for 3. Good. You leave him uncontested, he's going to get it every time. G.J. Brown now. River Peters. And what do we have here? Timeout called by Northwest. Oops. Well, I've got this all messed up. We'll fix this up. While you watch this, stay with us.
Grizzly Pride Booster Club supports academic, athletics, and fine arts programs at Northwest High School. The Booster Club has donated more than $35,000 to students and staff at Northwest. They have purchased equipment, uniforms, classroom supplies, and teacher grants, and provided approximately $7,000 a year in food costs for school activities and athletic events. They would like to invite you to become a member of Grizzly Pride by volunteering at a school event.
Back at Northwest, Grizzlies with a 3-point lead with 2:52 remaining in the 4th quarter. Grizzlies with 3 timeouts left, Kapaun with 2. Grizzlies just called the timeout, and they'll inbound to start play. I think. Well, like I said, it'll be Kapaun's ball. I guess we called the timeout after the shot. Kapaun brings it up the floor with a chance to tie it. I told you this would be a good game. I'm not a liar. Rocco thought about it. Now he drives, lays it up, and it's in, and the lead is down to 1. DJ Brown brings it down the floor. This is a must possession for Northwest. They got to score here. Thank you very much, DJ Brown. Grizzlies have a 3-point lead again. Nice block. Here comes River Peters. Thank you very much.
The big exclamation point from River Peters.
5-point lead. Here comes Rocco putting it in. Yes, sir. He gets the lay in, and we're back down to a 3-point game. Minute and a half to go, 4th quarter. DJ Brown pulls it back out. They're going to burn some clock. Kapaun stays in the man-to-man. Been pretty much in it most of the night. Benning, again, bleeding clock. Pulls it out, 10 on the shot clock now. Benning dishes it off. River Peters puts it up. No good, rebounded by Kapaun. 1 minute remaining in the 4th quarter. Kapaun underneath. Dalian pulls it back out. Rocco for 3, in and out, no good. DJ Brown, behind the back, brings it down. Hammond, back out to Brown, and they're gonna burn some more clock. Brown gives it to Benning. 36 to go, 20 on the shot clock. Grizzlies need to take a shot here and score points with it. Peters! Doesn't go. Again, yes! River Peters! It's a 5-point game. 19 to go. Rocco. He traveled, they didn't call it. And they're going to give him the basket. That was a bad break for Northwest because there was no question. Everybody in the building knew he traveled except the 3 guys on the floor. And we have a timeout being taken by Kapaun.
Even I was doing this. Travel, travel, travel.
Everybody was doing it. Everybody knew it except the 3 refs. So none of them saw it. Nothing we can do about it. There are 8 seconds to go, 9 seconds to go in the game. Let's just say that. Grizzlies lead by 3, and it's their ball. They don't have to shoot. All they have to do is kill 9 seconds. They have to inbound it successfully and kill 9 seconds.
That's it. And then the chapter ends.
And then, yeah, book, chapter, and verse. We're done. And it's see you Saturday night. Kapaun will inbound. That'll be River Peters doing the chore. Benning is out there. DJ Brown is out there. Calvert is out there. And Hammond is out there. Clock is running. And a foul instantly by Kapaun Mount Carmel with 7 on the clock. Kapaun is now over the limit. So it's free throws for Northwest. That's the third foul on Rocco Keller.
Eli Bennett at the line.
He needs to make one. He needs to make one.
Just one. That will end it.
That is big because now it's a two-possession game. Make another one there, just for grins. This is going to be one heck of a comeback if it holds. He missed it, and what do we have, a whistle already? What are we doing here?
Ekwe checks in.
How can you have check-ins on a miss?
Well, they did.
You don't bring players in on a missed free throw. Kapaun brings it down the floor. They're going to go for a three, and they miss it, and that should do it. Bingo! We are final. Final score, Northwest 45, Kapaun Mount Carmel 41. Elizabeth Dibben, who'd have thunk it?
I mean, coming back down from a 14-point deficit?
Wow.
That's incredible.
It was incredible, and nothing was going right for the Grizzlies in the first half.
No.
Absolutely nothing. And they come back, what really started it was the last minute of the second quarter when River Peters got that dunk, and all of a sudden the place lit up.
Oh, yeah.
And for the last minute of the half after that, the Grizzlies all of a sudden were playing their normal game. They were playing good, solid basketball, and they did not come out flat in the third quarter.
No.
And that's the best part about it, is that they played hard and played well in the third quarter, and they got it within, I believe it was one at the end of the third quarter. I may be wrong. I'm picking on my old memory here, but anyway, Grizzlies win it and go to 6-7-0.
7-0.
7-0 on the season. The girls again will play Friday afternoon at 12:30 against Mays South at Hartman Arena. We will not broadcast it, but please go up there and support the ladies. The boys will play Saturday night at 7:30 at Hartman Arena against Derby. And these are both City League, Ark Valley's Chisholm Trail League challenge games. And this year, the City League teams are the home team. So the Grizzlies will be wearing their home white uniforms in both of those games. So we'll be there Saturday night. Hope you'll join us if you can't come out to Hartman. And I hope you'll join me, Miss Dibben, on Saturday night. That ought to be a good one.
Yeah, punch my ticket.
Assuming Derby wins tonight, we got two teams undefeated playing on Saturday night.
One will end up with a lose, one will end up with the L, and one will end up with a victory.
That's exactly right. Okay, it's a school night for me too, so we're gonna call this one good until Saturday at 7:15, time approximate. Check in WHS Grizz for the actual final start time. For Elizabeth Dibben, Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies win 45-41. Have a pleasant evening. We'll see you this Saturday.